I only just realized that apparently OBS turned my mic off. I didn't turn it off. Like, I didn't even know it was off. It was on yesterday when I closed OBS, and it was on right before I started streaming. Yeah, I've been talking this whole time thinking everybody could hear me and just wasn't responding. Yeah, bad pace. It's fine. Just get a really good S3. My S3s have been really good so far. Unfortunate. No, I asked how you were doing when you sent the first message in chat, Mailblue. I just thought you didn't respond because you had sent the message afterwards that you were on a bus, so I thought you just couldn't hear me. So I was like, oh, she just must be on a bus and can't hear me. It's fine. No, I had no idea that OBS turned my mic off. I only noticed it after Flurry sent the message in chat of like no mic gaming or something. That's when I realized. I was like, wait, OBS is a nuisance. That's unfortunate then, because I was asking James a bunch of questions about my attempts at the strat, and he wasn't saying anything in chat. So I thought he just joined very briefly and then left. Nice pace. I'll have to actually read more of the messages that have been sent since you joined Flurry, because I haven't read most of them. Oh yeah, both Zace and Tech have told me that they can't understand how to do that corner clip. Like, they both have asked me how to do it, and Zace has told me he can't understand how to get it. So I think I'm like the only one that can actually consistently do that. Because I don't find it that difficult. I've been doing it since I first played the track. Like, I was getting it day one. Unfortunate. Just throw an attempt at the strat. Nope. No luck. It's the corner clip in S3. After the double edge trick, where you charge the SMT, you can clip the side of the track there and take the turn tighter. Tech was just asking me in the server earlier how to get that. Because he was saying he didn't understand how to get it. Like, because he said like 20% of the time he gets it, and then he usually just fails it the rest of the 80% of the time. There's probably a couple mistakes you're making, Flurry. Are you chaining the... around the spiral where you charge the two SMTs, are you releasing the second one a bit later and chaining it into the trick into the blue fire section? If not, that's a pretty hefty time loss. I was losing probably like 0.08 or something to not doing that. And then getting the little side hit. Getting the little side clip is also saving me a decent bit of time. Those are like the two primary things I can think of, because those were the two things. Oh, actually, never mind, one other thing. After you do double edge trick, when you release that MT, are you making sure that you're not like shifting between left and right when you release it? Because for whatever reason, I think if you're shifting left and right when you release that MT, it loses a bunch of time and slows you down. Like I noticed when I was racing Zace's 341 here that if I released that SMT, or that if I released that MT while shifting between left and right, then his ghost would catch up a bunch on me. And then when I stopped doing that and I made sure I was holding pure left or pure right when I released the MT, I stopped losing that time. Those are the two primary things. Those are like the 2 or 3 primary things I can think of. I like racing Zace's 341 just because it's got an alright pace into S3. So if I fuck up somewhere in S3, his ghost will go from being off screens to right back on screen. So I've been able to pretty quickly diagnose my S3 problems because of that. Yeah, I've been liking racing Zace's 341. It's a very nice pacer into pace locker. Like, S3 and 4 is where I really gain on his 341. alright S3, but it's not the greatest. Oh yeah, this 341 messes up that charge jump. He releases it a little late. Will I get another attempt? See if I happen to get it. That's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Let me check a chat, because I think I need to check some stuff. Howdy, JCP. Thanks for the good luck. Oh my god, and my Switch just fell on the floor. That's fun. Doing this, using your mushroom at the new strat and doing it streamless is basically saves the exact same amount of time. I don't believe you gain a lot of time from using from a mushroom boost being active while you're in the air. So I think it only saves while you're still on the wall, and then once you trick off the wall, I think it stops saving. I could be entirely wrong on that though, but you can do it streamless and basically be just as fast as the stream method, according to James. So I use the stream during the starting glider of S4 because it saves a pretty crazy amount of time for whatever reason. Just streaming on gliders apparently is fast. By the way, I did see your message on Discord, JCP. I'll take a look at it after the stream. I forget if I have you friended on Switch. Yeah, we have to check that. If you could check that for me. I don't know if you'll be able to check it. I think I might have friended you, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, not the greatest S3, but it works. Bye-bye, Ghost. How is that not an edge trick? Like half the cart was off the track, and that's not an edge trick, apparently. That first edge trick might have been slow. No, it was not. This is a very good S3. Messed up the charge jump, but it's fine. Beak pace. Alright, I get another attempt. Nope, game's not gonna let me. I landed a little bit too early. Or I aimed too far to the right. If I hadn't aimed too far to the right like that, I think I would have landed on the wall. But I don't know if that would have made it. So I have no idea if that would have actually had the speed to make it. Just gonna practice it for a little bit again. See if I can get it. That makes it. Unless I'm stupid. That makes it if I'm not dumb. That only doesn't make it because I'm dumb and I did a left trick. I don't know I don't know if the directional input of the trick matters or not. I'd have to ask James. I had tried to ask him earlier, but my mic was muted because OBS is rude. Yeah, he did tell me that literally the entire strat comes down to the first wall ride. Like, it pretty much comes almost entirely down to it. So if I do the first wall ride correct, then there's a decent chance that I land to the second wall ride, and a decent chance I make it. From what he told me. Because a lot of this hinges on the first wall ride. Like that. If I had done a second left trick instead of a down trick, that would have made it, because I would have been angled far enough to the left. I am slowly starting to get this a bit more consistently, which is nice. Like, I could not hit it for the life of me yesterday. I got it once on pace, and that was it. Yesterday, but I've gotten it like another 4 or 5 times today. Because I've just been doing runs, and if I get to S4 and mess up the strat, then I just rewind and I attempt it. And I just practice it, see if that helps. See you, JCP. Thanks for the good luck. I'll take a look at your run once I end stream. I just didn't get enough speed there. So I likely messed something up on the first wall ride. Unfortunate. Got counted out of bounds. If I get counted out of bounds, that's just the end of practice, because Lakitu respawns you after the glider. So I'm kind of just screwed at that point. Yeah, like, I've got the general gist of how to do this. It's just a matter of I actually have to just get it. If I get the first wall ride properly, then there's a pretty damn good chance if I land on the wall for the second wall ride, then I time my trick that I will cross the gap. And I'll probably be able to tell if I'm gonna make it. I missed a trick, and it doesn't even matter. I was gonna have to slow down anyways. That's a fast S3. I don't think it's 0.7 though, it's gotta be, it's probably just 0.8. .807, dude, what the fuck? That's ridiculous. That doesn't make it. Didn't have enough speed. I think it's really funny that streaming in the glider is the best stream spot. That's really funny to me. I can't get over that. And that was literally my idea. I'm terrible at finding strats, and I literally found a strat. Like, the only reason I even shroomed on the glider was because I had heard somebody say that shrooming on gliders in this game was pretty fast. So I gave it a try and shot way ahead of the ghost. Way ahead of Zace's ghost, and I was like, I mean, that seems fast. Like, I didn't even consider the red sign in S3. That didn't even remotely pop up in my mind. I mean, it's probably not the best shroom spot, but at least as of right now, it's probably the best one. There isn't a whole lot of other spots to use it, though, is the problem. Like, there's not a whole lot of other places. Only other place I was thinking of is around the last turn, when the only thing I could think of is that you would hold your SMT and get it to a UMT, shroom through that last piece of off-road and release the UMT. And that's the only other thing I could think of. Yeah, that's the only reason I thought of it. I didn't know if it was actually a good idea though. Like, I debated mentioning it last night, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get told that's a dumb idea, and then that it's not actually gonna be faster or anything, so I just didn't say anything. Because I just didn't think it would be received as an actual good idea or not. That's a nice S1. That's a nice pace. I'm on point with that today, damn. That's a nice S3. 3, 2, 1. I didn't even see what the S3 was. I just knew it was a 0.8. Yep, that's not what I expected. I approached too tight. Yeah, I saw I was 0.321 ahead. I just don't even know what the S3 was. I'm just guessing it was probably like a mid 0.8. Because I'm usually not paying attention to what my S3 split is, unless like the amount of time I'm ahead seems unnaturally fast. Or if I just like want to know what the split is, because usually seeing how fast S3 is makes me nervous. So I usually just go off what my pace says to tell roughly how fast it is. I never by the way, I saw your message, Veil Plim. I never specified when I was gonna play your track. I just said I was gonna play it. I never specified when. I could play it sometime during the stream for all you know. You know, just get RR world record and then go play Dry Bones Burnout. Pace into S3 is not the greatest, but it's fine. alright S3, but it's probably barely a 0.8. That's like mid 0.8. 862, yeah. Not what I expected. Actually, it was a tiny bit faster. I thought it was going to be like 88x or 89x. Thanks for stopping by, Flurry. Thanks for the good luck. I don't need 20 coins, but having 20 coins is ideal for practicing it. If I practice with like 17 coins, then I'm practicing at a slightly slower speed. So I'm just worried that might throw me off. How the AR, man? They're actually not that bad, to be entirely honest. They're actually pretty easy, for the most part. The only one that's really bad is the second edge trick in S4. That's like the only really bad one. The S1 ones are by far the easiest ones in my opinion, because you can go for them so frequently. So you get a lot of practice in on them. And they're also not too incredibly strict. That's bad. Just got fenced. Managed to pull it back though. Still get a pretty decent S1. Too far to the right. That wasn't even pace lock pace. That was barely not pace lock pace. That had to be further left. I don't know exactly what that means, Aaron. Like, I don't know if you're talking about Animal Crossing or something else. The train coins in S2, yeah, they're on a timer. You have to be slower than a specific pace in order to get them. So the goal is to get as close to that pace as possible. There is a way to get around it, but it's unbelievably precise, and I've only gotten it one single time ever. And Tech, the record holder, has only gotten it like a dozen times ever. Because at the coin ring in the water section of S2, you can get 3 coins. The middle coin, the top right coin, and the bottom right coin. But it's unbelievably precise to get all 3 of them. I got it once yesterday on stream, and that was the only time I've ever gotten it. I've been actively trying to go for it when I think I can get a good line for it, but I have not gotten it since. And the dumb thing is, the pace lock there wouldn't even exist if, at least not for much longer. Like it would be pushed back a decent bit if the devs had changed it so that because the train throws the second coin first and then throws the first one, and that's why the pace lock exists. If the order the coins got thrown was changed, then there wouldn't be a pace lock. Because the first coin is what's pace locking. Like, this pace is too fast. I have to slow down. Because the Ghost I'm racing is, like, is just a bit too slow for maximizing getting close to pace lock. So I gotta slow down a little bit. Like, that's about as close as you can cut it. Welcome back, JCP. Oh yeah, if this run gets to S4, don't get your hopes up until I get the second edge trick. Once I get the second edge trick, you can start praying that I hit the strat. Because the run comes entirely down to the strat. I have to hit it. If I want world record. And the only thing that holds me back from attempting it every time I get to S4 is second edge trick. So just, let's see if I get second edge trick. Because this is a pace. Okay, well, I get a shot. The odds of me hitting it are very low, by the way. Yeah. Had too much speed. Yeah, that bonk actually is faster. It actually saves time. I was the one that came up with that. So that little side bonk in S3, that was entirely my idea. And it's actually faster. both Tech and Zace have been messaging me, asking me how to get it, because they both apparently have been struggling to get it consistently, and I can get it pretty consistently. Like, I don't think I've messed it up well, I've messed it up probably like once or twice this stream so far, and every other attempt has gotten it. So I get it far more often than I don't. But to be fair, I've also been going for that since literally day one. Like, I literally was hitting that little edge clip on complete accident on day one. And once double edge trick got added into S3, it became far more consistent. Because then I actually had a really easy way to set it up. It actually allows you to take the turn tighter. That's why it saves. If you hit that, it keeps you closer to the edge of the track. Because if you don't get it, then you have to swing around the track a little bit, and you go a bit wide on this setup. But getting that side clip completely negates that problem. Like, that time I actually messed it up, and you can see how wide it sent me. So you end up going pretty wide if you mess it up. Now granted, I only went so wide because I went for it and missed it. You go a little bit less wide if you just don't go for it. A uniquely badass one. At least at the start. That's just bad to miss an SMT. I could still work with it, it's just a bad pace. It's a nice S3. And right back on pace. Even if I miss second edge trick, I should still be on pace. It's just the run's gonna be close. Okay, that's just dumb. I talk about missing it and then I miss it. That's just not gonna work. I went too wide. Guess I just gotta practice it more. That was too long on the wall. Yeah, spent too much time on the wall, so lost a bunch of my speed. I mean, sometimes I miss tricks, but it's just because I didn't hit the trick button. If I was angled more right, that might have worked. Because I definitely had the speed. No, somehow lost all of my speed again. But that attempt would have worked if I actually landed on the wall. That definitely would have worked if I had tricked. I just didn't hit the trick button. Yeah, that was just, I got tricked off the wall way too late and landed on it too late. Could be your Pro Controller then. I don't have issues tricking off of most of any surface unless the trick itself is just janky. Because if it's happening literally everywhere for you, even off of what you are saying are normal ass ramps, then that's just your Pro Controller. Does it have that issue in any other Mario Kart game? Like if you try it in 8 Deluxe, do you have that issue? Because if it's an issue across multiple games, then it's just the Pro Controller. If you don't have that problem in 8 Deluxe, then there's likely something going on in World that there could be a misunderstanding. Okay, that's just rude. I never have that fail. That happens like once in a blue moon. I managed to hit the edge of the track in the exact right way, that instead of just hitting it, it knocked me up into the air instead. That literally only happens if you hit the edge of the track in the exact right way. Like, that's probably only like the 4th or 5th time that's ever happened to me. Like, that never happens to me. Yeah, if that happens, then it's an instant run killer. So, it doesn't even matter if I use my shroom there to recover, I only end up just as far ahead as, like, I normally would be if I hadn't used the shroom. might have been a bit slow. Definitely a slower S1, S3. It's on the slower side. Yeah. Still works. That first edge trick was really sketchy. I thought I was dead there. Dang it, still not enough speed. I don't understand why that's not enough speed. Like, I couldn't have released the trick a whole lot later than I did. Must have done something wrong with the first wall ride. Howdy, James. Yeah, I was actually asking you a lot of questions earlier, James, but I didn't realize OBS turned my mic off. But the one thing I did want to ask is if you happen to know if the direction that I trick in on for either of these two things like affects how easy it is to make it. So I don't know if like the direction that you trick is gonna affect anything. Try neutral on second. Okay. One thing I have noticed, James, sometimes I carry more speed out of the first wall ride, and sometimes I don't carry as much speed out of it. So I think that also plays a little bit into whether or not you get it. Like, I think you have to carry a certain amount of speed out of the first wall ride. That was a neutral. That one was a neutral trick off the second wall ride. Okay, yeah, trick direction doesn't matter then. I feel like there's a lot of. I feel like there's probably just so many factors coming out of first wall ride that affects whether or not this works. Like, try to angle less into second wall ride. I can try. Nah, got counted out of bounds. Unfortunate. Yeah, my only guess is it feels like you have to carry a certain amount of speed out of the first wall ride, and you need to land into second wall ride still maintaining some of that speed, because it feels like you get to a higher speed if you maintain more of it off the first wall ride. It's just because, like, the only reason I noticed it is sometimes, like, I'll trick off roughly the same spot in the wall, and sometimes I'll land further forward, and sometimes I'll land further back, even though I am timing my right tricks in roughly the same manner. But it could, I mean, it could also just be, like, the line I'm taking towards the wall, for all I know. But it just feels like sometimes I go into second wall ride with more speed than usual. I slowed down too much. That's a short clip on. Let me see this. I've gotten a couple clips where I think I was a little bit further away from the wall. Yeah, like this attempt, I think I was a little bit further away from the wall, but I started holding right towards the wall and then tricked into it. Let's see if I can find something in common here. The times I have gotten it, I think I started a bit lower on the wall. Like I landed like on the very top of the blue star here. And then I think I did the same thing again here. Yeah, I like landed right on the top of the blue star. So yeah, I guess maybe I need to not jump at the top. Maybe I need to jump a bit lower. I'll try jumping off a bit sooner and see if that helps. I just gotta remind myself to actually do that. a late UMT. It's fine. Pace is slower than usual, but it's fine. Okay, that's just rude. Nice, JCP. Congrats on the time. That's a very nice S1. Not a BS, but it's decently close. Best of luck with the edge trips. In my personal opinion, I don't think the edge, like going for edge tricks is too incredibly necessary unless you feel comfortable with going for specific ones until you got like a 402 or something. By that point, I would definitely say edge tricks are pretty warranted to go for. I don't remember when I first started implementing them, but I think it was around the 402 range when I really started to go for them. Because I think that was also just when they like were first being used. Oh yeah, James, random question. Do you happen to know if the duration it takes for a charge jump to charge is different depending on the setup, or does it take just as long on like every setup to charge? Because I know the MT stat in this game only affects how long the MT lasts, but it doesn't affect how fast it charges. Because if the charge jump charges at the same rate regardless of setup, then I kind of want to try and find like a muscle memory way to time it, because I haven't really found a muscle memory way to get it. Like I kind of just go off a rough instinct, or at least a guess. That might have been slow. It's an alright S3. Probably barely a 0.8 if it is. An 850 with a fucked up charge jump? Okay then. That's fast. Will land a bit lower and will land at the same spot but trick sooner. Nope, I didn't even have the speed that time. I did not even have speed that time. That's out of bounds, apparently. That was a bad edge trick. What the? What was that? That was something. What is that, dude? That's not how walls work. I'm gonna record that and tag tech with that. That's so funny. That is actually so funny. I'm gonna tag tech with that. Oh, that's so funny, dude. I'm just gonna put that in Strat Discovery or something. I don't know where else to put that. Yeah, it's a new strat. It's faster. Trans exclusive though, great. That's goated, dude. I don't think I could get that again if I even tried to. Like, I don't think I could replicate that. I'd have to get it on complete accident. Yeah, trust, it's gonna happen again. 2 times in a row, we got that. Oh, and James, that earlier in the section thing, earlier in the same section that you're talking about, that you're mentioning, I think I know what you're talking about, because I have like 4 clips of it. Is it perchance the turn right after train coins, when you land into the right drift, that you managed to grind down the side of the track there, and then you clicked back up after smacking into the track? Because I have a clip somewhere of me grinding the turn literally just after getting train coins, and that it caused me to hit the side of the track and stop grinding right after I got it. I will say, the way that happened kind of reminds me of some MK7 BS that could happen. Like, that just feels like an MK7 moment. Not even just NBC, just getting on the edge of the track and then jumping like right as you start to grind makes that happen on like most of any track where you can grind. bruh. I'm pretty sure that was like a frame off of charge jump. Oh yeah, isn't that so much fun, JCP? Just trying to start a drift and you charge jump instead. I definitely haven't had that happen like a billion times. It's really fun for me because I'm an MK7 player. And delay drifting in 7, you don't you don't input the direction that you're gonna drift in until after your cart touches the ground. But if I do that in this game, I charge jump. So I have to deliberately go against what I'm like hard coded to do, and I have to input the direction a little bit before I hit the ground, or else I'm gonna charge jump. And it doesn't help that not only have I played so much 7, I played 8 Deluxe where I'm pretty sure the delayed drift timing was like the exact same timing. So it just got reinforced by 8 Deluxe. Nice pace. Oh, that was slow. And I missed the trick there. Are you on to something, James? Okay. Definitely give it a test and let me know. You fell off. Unfortunate. Practicing this strat is so annoying. Because if you fall off the track, you have to drive all the way back. Because the game won't let you rewind if you fall off for whatever reason. And if you fall off there, it respawns you after the glider, so you're just screwed after that. So you just gotta start over and drive all the way back. If only I was 2 milliseconds faster, I could have the haha funny number. Carried a sharp angle into it? Oh, so if you possibly approach with like a really sharp angle. That's a terrible edge trick. Not a great pace, but it's fine. Oh, that's actually... I thought I was gonna not even be 0.1 ahead. Because that... mostly just because of the turn after path swap. So that wound out better than I expected. And I decided to not trick. Like, that wasn't even that I hit the trick button and it didn't register. I just didn't hit the trick button. I just drove off the ramp and didn't hit anything. Edge of the track didn't try anything funny there, surprisingly. I thought I was about to have something dumb happen. I don't know how that wasn't an edge trick. No, didn't have enough speed again. I don't understand that. I just don't have enough speed most of the time. Like, I think I'm getting the approach right, and I just don't have enough speed. That's just too low. That time would have worked. That time I had the speed. But I don't know what I did differently there to have more speed. There's JCP. I might check the clips where I have gotten it, because I want to see if I had a really aggressive angle for second wall ride or not when I got it. Because I want to see if... because I could see if having a really aggressive angle helps. That's a bad pace, but it's fine. I feel like there's probably some jankiness to the first wall ride that might be affecting speed. Because I mean, I have already mentioned that, like, sometimes it feels like I get more speed off of the second wall ride, and other times I get less. It could just be some weird jankiness with it. Well, that's not a good S3. Something there was slow. Yeah, something that was pretty slow. I don't know what it was, though. Might have been my MT release. That's not gonna work. I went way too wide. Landing ended up way too wide, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, like, jankiness in the first wall ride is the only thing I can think of. There's gotta be something weird going on there that's affecting how much speed you get. Like, the times I've gotten more speed, it felt like it was when I was approaching from further away from the wall, because, like, I would hold right towards the wall to start gliding towards it, and then I would right trick in the glider onto the wall, and then trick off shortly afterwards, and that would result in more speed. That's at least what it felt like. Let me pull some of the clips of when I did get it. That's not it. Like, I'm pretty sure I approached further from the left here and just right trick into the wall. Yeah. And then this one. Does my angle for second wall ride look all that aggressive? Like, I don't know if that's really an aggressive angle. Like, that doesn't seem like an aggressive angle. Let me check something here. The other idea I have, when we're doing that first wall trick, when we land on the wall for the second wall ride, don't we get like a little trick boost or something, or like a little speed boost? I don't know if like chaining that with the trick is affecting anything. If there is a little speed boost you get from that. Like, honestly, I don't think I think the angle for second wall ride isn't incredibly important. I think the angle probably only matters depending on how your first wall ride goes. I just hope it's not like some RNG like thing, because if it's just randomness or QM or something, then that's just gonna be really frustrating, because then there's not really like an easy way to get it consistently. The best you can have is like a pseudo setup that kind of works. So I hope it's nothing random. Or it was like the exact opposite, so did you have like a wider angle on the second wall ride or something? One thing I will say, the old shroom off to the left there, that I think Diogo's implemented into runs, I used to think that part of that was random, but it got to a point right before tech changed the setup to Bulldozer, where I actually started to get it, very consistently, because it ended up being something because the problem I was having with that shroom before it was something relating to my approach. Like, my approach was just wrong or something. And so I changed up my approach slightly and started getting it more consistently. So I don't know if, like, maybe... I don't know if maybe that somehow relates. Like, I don't know if maybe the approach could be messing with anything. Like... Because I feel like the issue lies with the first wall ride. Like, I feel like it has to be something with that. Because it just doesn't feel like it could be anything else to me. This is an alright S3, but I got slowed down by first edge trick. Still getting an 847 slowed down by first edge trick. That would have been BKS if that slowdown didn't happen. That slowdown loses like 0.1. So that would have been like a mid 0.7. Well, that was just really slow. I think the run's just dead. Yeah, and I didn't have enough speed again. So just not enough speed. Yeah, that time I just make it pretty cleanly. I don't understand what was better about that one. Let me actually examine it. I don't understand what was faster about that one. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Idea, possibly? Let me check this one. Okay, never mind. Idea was wrong. Yeah, I don't understand why this one was faster. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that one messed up the first wall ride, and I still almost made it. So I'm pretty sure if that one had done the first wall ride better, then that would have made it. I'll probably take like 5 minutes after I either get counted out of bounds or I max out the timer here, just so that way I can go like stand up for a minute. Probably grab a drink or something too. That's gonna make it, but that was with a pretty aggressive angle. And clip that one. I've been clipping every single successful attempt to see if somehow I can connect the dots. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Or are you saying like check? Are you saying like check the angle of my cart before I landed on second wall ride? Oh, the glider angle? Let me check something here. This one was a successful make, but I fell off the track. So this was the line I had. That was the line I had right before I tricked. And then there's also this one. I had this line. This was roughly the line I had. And this one makes it. And then also had this one. And this was the line I had on this one. And this one barely gets it. And this was the line I had for this one right before I made it. Or right before I tricked onto the wall. Find a fail where I get really bad momentum. I probably have a couple clips of where I got bad momentum. I just gotta find one. But I'm pretty sure I have a couple attempts. This was the line I had into this one. That caused me to cross the gap, but I fell off on the side afterwards. So I think I was maybe pointed slightly up. I gotta find one where I like actually messed it up. Oh yeah, this was a fail. But I'm pretty sure that just messed up way too badly. Yeah, that just messed up way too badly. Does this cross? Yeah, that barely doesn't make it. This was the line I had for this one. Like, right before I tricked. And this one barely doesn't get it. Sometimes I just get questionable momentum. That one makes it. I had a really crazy angle for this one. This one's angle was pretty crazy. And that was my line, like, right when I tricked. And then that one just messes up because I think I was too low. Yeah, that time I just landed too low, so that one just fails to being too low. I could probably drive back. I could probably just drive back, because I don't clip my fails. I've only been clipping the ones where I got it right. So I'll drive back really quick. So I'll go back. I'll just drive back, and I'll just do a few attempts, and I'll do one where I think I do everything right, but I don't quite make it, and see if that maybe helps. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, see? I fucking understand how to do that shit. I just stopped being bad at the game, and I understand how to do that shortcut. Yeah. That's why I was getting myself back to 17 before I went to S3. That way I could just drive S3. So as long as I don't mess something up, I should be good. I can just grab another coin right before I go into S4. It's fine. So that's going to make sure I get to the glider with 20 coins. And that's going to make sure I don't accidentally get myself counted out of bounds. I gotta be so careful about not getting myself counted out of bounds. That's not gonna work. I've gotta like actually get an attempt, which could take a minute. That's not gonna work. I wasn't even gonna make it to second wall ride with that. Just had no speed. I gotta hope I get a couple close, like a couple attempts that get close, because I don't know if just one's gonna really work. Okay, that one just... I think I did most of everything right during that one. Okay, I definitely think I did most of that one right. That's the line I had right when I hit the trick button. And I think everything else went fine. Like, that looks fine. I landed on the wall. I just didn't have the speed to cross. There's that one. So that's the first one, and then let me pull up the other one. That's roughly the line I had. Yeah, that's about the closest I can get. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like it seems like most of everything goes right there. Try doing some of the more general downwards angle. So like actively point my cart down before I do the trick. Oh, I got counted out of bounds. That's stupid. Well. Yeah, I don't think it's, it doesn't feel like it's something due to randomness. Like, I don't think it's anything to do with randomness. I feel like there's some actual thing going on that's affecting it. I'll try driving back again. Me when I miss SMT. Or not SMT, UMT. That's just rude. Bad game. That was gonna be a crazy S3 and then the game decided to be rude. Unfortunate. I don't even know if that run was gonna PB if I hit it. That's 2 in a row that I think I did most of everything right. That's 3 in a row. Well, that time I make it pretty easily. Wait for that clip to show up. That time I made it pretty handily. So this was the first fail I had. What part of this wall did I trick off on the second one? I mean, I tricked almost at the top. That's the line I had on glider. So I don't know. Confirmed on your own? Okay. What's the off chance it might have something to do with second wall ride? I like, not to try to distract from the glider possibility. Like, I'm pretty sure this attempt, most of everything went right. But then this one was successful. It's right here. Okay. That's about the same amount of time. Okay, no, so it's not that. And then this one, yeah, this is like, it's weird because this one was fine. Like, this one was correct. I mean, I initiate the trick just as high as this one, and this one doesn't. I'm trying to see if there's maybe a difference between these two. Because this one was a success. And it pretty easily makes it. But then this one's a fail. There has to be something we're missing. That's why I was looking at the one that was successful and the one that was. I don't know if you'd want to. I don't know if you'd want to clip them and then like make a side-by-side comparison between them. Like I could play them both and then you could clip them and make a side-by-side and see if looking at them both side-by-side if somehow that helps. Because it has to be something minor in how I'm doing it. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one was good. And then this one was a fail. Yeah, there's definitely something here. I think this was one that was successful. Yeah, I can send the clips once I get done streaming. I probably won't be streaming for a whole lot longer. I might just cut stream and go have dinner and then do offline attempts. So I could probably do that if that works for you. So I'd probably just send them after I have dinner, which would probably be in like probably an hour or something. Like because honestly, I think I believe that this is not something that's random. I feel like this comes down to minute details, like maybe something to do with with the approach into First Wall Rider. It's got to be some small detail, because it doesn't seem like there's something random in this. It's just because, like, that clears it pretty handily. Like, that was a very good one. I'll do a couple more I'll try and max out the timer here, see if I can get some more clips. And I'll probably just send a bunch of them to you or something. I'll probably just, like, separate them by successes and fails. Like, that makes it. Granted, it's not a clean landing, but it does make it. And that doesn't make it. That doesn't make it. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab as many clips as I can before this timer caps out, and just send a bunch of them to you. So, you're gonna end up with probably like 20 to 30 clips in your messages or something. And I'll make sure to label all of them. Like, I'll label which ones are successes and which ones are failures, just so that way it's easier to sort through them. That barely gets it, holy cow. Maybe I can squeeze in one more attempt before the timer caps out. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Timer's going to cap out. Unfortunate. Alright. Yeah, I think that'll be it for stream. Because I'm just gonna send a bunch of these to James, see if he can figure this out or not. I'll probably examine my clips as well, try and make some notes of stuff I'm doing in each clip. Yeah. So hopefully we can get this figured out really soon. Because I definitely want to get this figured out. That way we know what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go have some dinner. I'll send you the clips. Like, I'll start recording them and start sending them after I have dinner, James. And then hopefully we can get it figured out from there. Because I think I've got a pretty nice amount of clips to work with here. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I will catch you guys later.